Good evening, guys, and welcome back. Time now for Game 2 of our last series for today, possibly our last game, depending on the outcome. We'll see. Root Gaming take on Leviathans, and if Leviathans lose this, they're out. Their Starladder run ends, and we're done for today. If they win it, we go to a Game 3.
Indeed so. So in game number 1, we saw Root Gaming on the back of Sumail and his Storm Spirit exhibition lead the charge out and allow them to secure a home run there into the base, but it was real close there. Leviathan maybe shaking off the rust, trying to pull out a Tony Whisk combo, something I had not seen them run, at least in recent history. Didn't clearly work out, so maybe they look to kind of build something more stable. An opening pick, though, of Night Stalker sure is percolating. And obviously, as far as bands go, Root Gaming, they're going to do the old traditional Leviathan opening band set. They got to get rid of that Pudge, and they got to get rid of that Chibi Brew. On the other side, Leviathan don't outright ban any sort of Storm Spirit, and so they're going to grab it right there. Instead, they ban out Omni Knight and the Tidehunter. So looky here. Looks like fun little Sumail's going to have another game where he can really go off the rails. We'll see if Leviathan have an answer for him.
It seems like they had a bit of a plan. Like the first pick, Night Stalker, is almost like here's a hero that's pretty good against Storm. So if they pick the Storm, at least he's tanky. He's got the silence for the early game.
Yes.
Makes Storm a lot more gankable. And they go immediately snap pick the Wraith King. No questions asked. This is a hero with 2 lives, so you can't just counter him with an Orchid Initiation, blow up a carry like you can with a lot of carries, like we saw a bit last game with the Void. Like Void dying of the Ancients right before his BKB really hurt him. Not something you can do to a Wraith King unless he's got Reincarnation on cooldown. So
certainly so, and Leviathan are all about their Wraith King here, especially Shredder. Poor Wraith King, he's got 8 games. Of his last 8 recent games, he's 7-1. This guy does not lose very often when he gets his hands on his Wraith King. Loves to build up that early hard-hitting damage of getting something precious like that Radiance. Most people think it's ridiculous, but hey, he's 7-1. He's got something working with it. So here we go, moving through the next banning phase. They get rid of the AM and the Medusa on Root Gaming side. That Shredder Troll's got to go, but we're not going to be seeing that Shredder Troll. And the Skywrath Mage is also going to get banned out.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise ban on the Troll, I think, considering that Wraith King is normally Shredder's hero. I haven't run many support Wraith Kings. I can't think of any myself. I haven't been following them too much, but I feel like this is almost always the Shredder hero. But we'll see what Leviathans go for. I think they want to get fairly tanky supports. This is where you'd love the old Ogre Magi, although he did get some nerfs, just because you don't want supports that are just going to get punished and picked off too easily by the Storm Spirit. Even a Jakiro, I think, is a pretty solid pick even after the nerf, just because of how tanky and survivable he is.
We don't see a lot of that anymore. No more forehead strat. No, not a lot of Ogre. Yeah, not a lot of Ogre, not a lot of Jakiro, man. They get hit with the Nerf bat. Some teams still kind of tire it out a bit, but overall they're like, we'll move on to the next best, which seems to be like, your Vengeful Spirit kind of grabs that always pop on up. Wisp is still there in the pool available, but they're not going to go for it. But hey, look who it is, Mr. McGee. Indeed, he is back. Some teams seem to divert from him a bit. He was hit a little bit in this recent patch. His casting range has been dropped down quite a bit, now making him more of that melee feel kind of a hero. And I think it is a justified change for him. And Leviathan fire back. One of Sunken's prized grabs right here. He loves this kind of a hero. It's going to be the Disruptor. And this is even more silence to stack on top going against that pesky Sumail Storm Spirit. I like it.
I like the Jug Pick, though. We saw this one of the games of our opening series. Great effect, I would say.
Who did play that game? Oh, yeah, it was Infinity. Unfortunately, before he had to go. But, man, they put on a show with that Juggernaut as well. Receiving his own buffs, it's that agility boost he's got where he's going to get additional armor plus that much more attack-based damage, plus his crit was buffed up, going from 15% at level 1 to 20% now, making that value point that much more important. So more than likely going to be a core farming up Jug here. We'll see if it's something that Yawar is familiar with. He has not played it in recent times, but hey, he didn't also play that Razor in recent competitive play, and he made it work there. So we'll see if it indeed is going to be that support Juggernaut, and Leviathan, they grab up a Mirana.
So Mirana has an escape. Disruptor's a little bit tanky, and also just as a good counter to the Storm, so making sure they pick up some supports that can match up decently against the Storm. Then you've got the Juggernaut, so there's another hero to worry about. Then you've got the burst damage of the Ogre, so it's all about dealing with the Storm, although Sumail likes to play super aggressive and get in your face. So it's going to be tough for this Leviathan support. They know that when you give away the Storm Spirit like they did, but I think they've got good cause as far as handling resistance.
They can always switch things up and throw the Storm Spirit in the core position, but more likely than not, Sumail just seems to have so much success with the hero. And if it's not Storm, it seems to be Puck, and I don't imagine a puck being picked up here. Interesting last ban right here. Leviathan getting rid of the Beastmaster here. I imagine it is going to be an off-lane position here for Root Gaming. And
we did see the Trout Beastmaster early. Even though it was a support, he showed that he could play it pretty effectively and could probably handle it in the offlane as well at the same time. So. Centaur, Clockwork, the 2 main offlaners left, I'd say.
Yeah.
Batrider's just disappeared, well, at least for some of these teams.
Timbersaw as well, I haven't seen much of recently. And Timbersaw could tear through that big beefy Wraith King and manage to make it work, but that doesn't seem to be something that they're considering here. And it's going to be the Centaur. So one of the next top tier, what was considered the Horse God for a while, Big Bad Brad, going to be showing up, adding a bit of that global flair of that Stampede for initiation and, well, for as far as being able to run the hell away from any potential grab. Certainly can help out now. If Jug spins, does that work together in harmony with Stampede, do you think?
I think it would get rid of the Stampede, maybe. It should. If you Stampede afterwards, definitely. But I don't know if you spin after the Stampede, maybe it dispels it.
I don't think we're going to see it a whole lot, but it's just one of those things. Seeing them both next to each other, I was curious if it was an interaction that seemed to work out or not.
I'm not sure it's, definitely not the plan by any means, but it's something which could come into play and have some effect. So, last pick, we do need Jenkins' hero most likely with this last pick. I guess you could run the offlane around.
He did the Nyx Assassin earlier today. I don't know if that's something he wants to fall back. I can't even remember if they won that game.
I think largely around the Wisp +1.
Oh, that's right, with that relocate setup. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Faceless Void is still in there if they want to do a offlane Faceless Void, but that's a lot of melee for all your core power.
No damage done for the Chronosphere, 2 melee cores. Maybe. I feel Batrider's a pretty good hero, having that good initiator.
Oh, yeah, you forget about Batrider.
Other options run like a Moran in the offlane, get something kind of greedy like a jungler. Leviathans seem to be unsure themselves what they can get.
Yeah. This is Jenkins picking out his own hero here as the captain of Leviathan squad, famously known for playing so much Pudge, whether it's support or offlane. And well, when you play something so well, you're never going to get to play it. But ooh, they take a page out of the Sneaky Nyx Assassins book and IX Mike and maybe Ice, and they're going to get the offlane Spirit Breaker. Okay, that's funky fresh, and I certainly love it. Here we go. That's going to be our lineup right now for Root Gaming. Taking on Leviathan here, we'll see. Match point right now for Root. They win this one, they move on. Leviathan go home. Leviathan looking to take it to a game number 3.
So, let's see what happens now. Oh, lost mic. My mic's broken.
Your mic, you're out?
Let me see. Yeah, my mic is not. Let me do some tweaking, some on-the-fly tech support.
Is mine still working, though? My level's bouncing up and down right now, so I can just keep on talking instead. As the players get situated and settled, this is a very important game. And now you're going to see Joik hop onto that Vengeful Spirit, and of course that will leave what I imagine being Shibby on that position. And I know you control the camera right there. And as you deal with your microphone, do you want me to take that bad boy for you? I'll take a KOTLguy mouse. We're trying to... Paka's trying to fix up his microphone right here, but I can help lead the charge with some introductions here on your Leviathan Radiant side. Shredder going to be playing his favorite signature hero. The Wraith King only has 1 loss in recent history on this hero. And we are going to have this Spirit Breaker here, played by Jenkins.
No, I'm still out.
Still out? You want to take my microphone and I can find a secondary mic that should be working here?
Maybe grab one of the other mics. And you have to unmute on the board. Alrighty, guys. On the spot tech support, we're going to get the overlay fixed. 1 sec. Panic at the disco. Alright, so we'll help ourselves in this game. Game 2 will be Spirit Breaker in the offlane for Jenkins. Gets an early ward down to block the pull camp. And we'll see what the plan is going to be here for the Root and Leviathan squad. Root Gaming going to have Centaur being played by Sumail. Interesting. Little tweak coming out. Normally... the mid-star, it's going to be Yawar on the Storm. It looks like a safe lane farming Centaur. I'm putting Trout in the off-lane Juggernaut position, so a bit of an all-around switcheroo as far as what heroes you'd expect to go where. Not the Centaur off-lane, not the Sumail Storm mid, and not Yawar on that kind of carry we've been seeing him on time and time again. So over on the Radiant side, Leviathan's going to have Sunken on his kind of one of his signature heroes, the Disruptor, Shredder, Wraith King, Nusham on the support Marana, and Shibby down mid on the Night Stalker. So we'll see what the plan's going to be. Both teams with the kind of defensive tri lanes going on. And mid lane going to be the Night Stalker versus Storm 1v1 matchup. It's a fairly even matchup. Storm with the high base armor should match up pretty decently here.
Hello. Do we have Mita here? Looks like I'm back
Hello.
in on the action. Thank you so much,
All right.
Brian, for stepping in on the production side to get that technical flub all sorted about. Appreciate that one, sir. And here we go. I assume you already got all the introductions out of the way.
Yep.
The lanes are now situated up, and it's going to be duels. Oh, nope, there is one behind Nusham over here on the Mirana.
The big thing is we don't have the Sumail Storm. He's gone safe lane on the Centaur.
Ooh.
They've done Trout off lane Juggernaut. Something a bit different. Something a bit spicy.
Maybe they were anticipating that, so they did want to mix things up a bit. I threw out a casual core Storm and kind of dismissed it, but there it is. You are, I guess, feeling confident that their tournament life isn't necessarily on the line for this one, so they can mix things up a little bit here, but you have granted a bit of comfort right now for your Leviathan team. I know Nusham, he sure does love playing this Mirana. In fact, if I got a stat in my book over here, I can read it to you. Nope, they don't have a lot of Mirana play. Oh, no, they do. Coming into the
Give me some
playoffs
stats.
there, I mean, he was undefeated for a while, 4-0 on the Mirana, but I know he did lose recently, so
Okay.
now 4-1, but still pretty impressive right there. A hero that Nusham is well versed with. And as you can see, already look to get pretty aggressive here in the bottom lane. The arrow's going to fly in. Uh-oh! Tralf is going to be forced to pull out the spin. We'll avoid that.
Very unconventional offlaner, the Juggernaut. Like, even more so than something like a Spirit Breaker, I feel. It's not a hero you traditionally think of just playing that kind of space creator initiator type role, and that's where I feel Tralf is going to have to figure out his place in this game. Is he going to go for some early ganks with the Blade Fury? Is he just trying to distract the supports as much as possible? And it feels like that may be the route he takes, where he just tries to keep the supports busy so they're not ganking the Storm Spirit, especially in the middle lane.
It makes me wonder what the call was that they wanted to change these roles about to where they are here, but we'll see. And Jenkins, I don't know how comfortable he is playing this Spirit Breaker. They knew they didn't want to go against it when they played against Fire Squad earlier, but oh man, that last right click with the Thunder Strike on top of it helps Tralf get taken down. Your boy JC comes out with the rotation play. Can't really help anything else out, and Tralf shows up and will make up for a bit of farm. Getting that spin out. But yeah, it's going to be Leviathan who do strike first in this one.
Right, Jenkins is still doing pretty well in this offlane. He's hit level 3 now, so always that potential rotations from him towards the mid lane, towards any lane really with a charge, so you got to be careful and on your toes if you're Root Gaming here. And Jenkins, even just as far as man fighting with these supports, is a pretty potent threat as well. Probably wants his boots before he starts talking about rotating to other lanes for ganks, but for the time being, things are looking pretty good.
It's 2 stuns, so they have a fair amount of lockdown, but the ability for Spirit Breaker to take a beating and still be able to find his way to charge on out from the lane certainly helps in him being in an off-lane kind of a position. So he has that survivability factor that you like out of your big, meaty offlaners. So he'll just kind of make best with what he can, finding the XP. Maybe not a whole lot of CS, but he just wants the levels for now and building up and getting into that Nether Strike. Bottom lane, they continue to press on forward here. Shredder has already got that early glove. Now picking up just an extra bit of regen plus that magic wand here. We'll see when he decides to really put the pedal to the metal as far as farming potential. And for Shibby in the mid lane, it's going to be nighttime soon. So we'll see if he wants to really begin to,
Screw
get
nighttime.
action-packed.
Supports are here. They've smoked up. They're going for this kill. Charge even being used, and it's going to be kind of the icing on the cake if they need the charge. Shouldn't need it to get the kill on Yuwa. And maybe, no, doesn't get away, and the charge is going to hit some creeps.
It's 4 in the mid lane to take down this Storm Spirit, but still, another good kill right here. Leviathan pull ahead now, 2-0. Spirit Breaker will just waltz himself back to his offlane, grabbing the illusion on the way, which will leave the bounty rune at the bottom for Shibby to take up. So Leviathan finding a lot across the map for now, and we'll see Root Gaming what's going to be their tipping point to kind of strike back here.
Yeah, and you haven't got a good offlaner who can teamfight or really create much for you as far as striking back. Stormspirit at the mid lane is going to struggle against the tanky dual core of the Night Stalker, the Wraith King, and even Spirit Breaker. All 3 cores. The Strength Hero is very tanky, not easy pickoffs, so not like there's going to be easy pickoffs for Storm to use to catch up. So I think from that point of view, the catch-up is going to have to come from a safe lane center with a fast blink. This is really their tempo controller. Even though he's in the safe lane, he's going to be playing the Space Creator.
It looked like Jenkins wanted to get in on a charge on mid lane, but Storm had already pulled back, so he'll clarity up and take himself back again to the off lane, but constantly keeping Root Gaming on their toes.
Yep.
Relatively quiet so far. Shibby, it's nighttime now, so we'll see if he really wants to make more out of it here. But just up and above, Sunken weighing, seeing if maybe they can get something happening here on the Ogre. Only got a 1-1-1 spread on this Disruptor.
And Ua's just doing all he can to hit level 6 now. Just going to fall back to a jungle stack. Try more than anything, just wants a bit of farm. Ideally pick up like a wand off of this as well after he heals up so he can start ganking. And just offering more kill potential as well. That threat of a kill with the ultimate and support rotations needed here. We will see, or we will not see, the Spirit Breaker go down. He went diving in top looking for a kill on Sumail, and the fact he goes down means suddenly Sumail's blink is coming that much faster.
Oh boy. Really nice farm time so far for him, and especially grabbing that kill. Bit of an overzealous play right there, and it is going to be Sumail who benefits from it on his Centaur. So with that now, and look at this Shibby.
Shibby wants...
He's on the hunt here.
He's walked past an observer to get into this jungle, so should not succeed.
Jenkins, you can see, like, he's so low. He's so low. He's got to be up there somewhere. They were hoping Shibby would be able to cut him off, but yeah, they was spotted out, and Sumail waited patiently behind the tower to see where this Night Stalker was going to pop up.
Also knowing that the Storm was kind of looking for that jungle catch-up, so maybe trying to think you could find someone like the Storm Spirit there, but not the case. So for now, Leviathans just going to look to kind of regain their footing, use this Night Stalker. The nighttime still has a minute and a half left on it, so ideally they make something happen during this 90 seconds. Strauff actually swung himself top lane and is offering kind of backup for the Centaur, who will not have Blink for some time. He's going to have level 6, so he can farm the Blink and rotate around using Stampede as an initiation before the Blink even comes online.
Looks like top lane is where we're going to see a party, though. Aggressive ward going to be dropped now behind the tower from Leviathan as they kind of fly in circles like vultures on a potential jumping opportunity, but now that might be on Storm, and they will be able to catch him off in the jungle right here. Jenkins could spot him first, but he's already turned the corner and away. Coyer's still there as well, and the second he gets a glimpse, he just immediately pulls back. But speaking of glimpse there, Sunken gets the pullback on him, and now there's the charge. Jenkins, not level 6, can't get the Nether Strike. And it looks like Yawar, even though he eats a lot of damage, even from that Void, he will live on.
Centaur one creep away from a level 6 Stampede, and that would be a huge turnaround if he had it. It's unfortunate that he doesn't have it just yet. Otherwise, I think Root get at least a kill, maybe even a couple kills off of that.
Trying to get it here in the mid lane at least. Trying to chop down a creep. Give me that. He got it now.
All right.
So Stampede's up and ready if they want it here. And Leviathan have a couple of stragglers. Going to step back and kind of defend it about. So. Bottom lane, Shredder moving forward. He's getting some nice chops in on this tier 1 tower. He's got 1k gold, and this is probably the early farm period for him to build towards that relic. Probably won't see a lot of action from him in the early part of this game, but for the rest of his team, they keep moving about with Storm Spirit and Night Stalker constantly moving up and down from mid and top of the map right now. It's keeping Root Gaming all over the place and distracted from being able to really make a jump play on the Wraith King.
Yeah, Root Gaming are not kind of in their comfort zone, but at the same time, it's nighttime, you're up against a Night Stalker, you're never going to be all that comfortable. The fact they didn't give up kills to the Night Stalker during that period was a win on its own. The only kill he got was that early smoke rotation before it was even nighttime. So for now, Centaur has his blink, and the fun can begin for Root Gaming to some extent.
Where will that fun start, though? Trouf has now made his appearance here on the top lane. He does have his level 6 as well. The Omni Slash. Joik looking to turn the corner, and they could catch out. Gets one auto attack plus the magic missile. Trouf now. Let's see, Jenkins, Nether Strike. Seeing if he can get a kill with it. Not going to get it right there. Joik will live, but they take down Jenkins. Nice grab for them, and Trouf benefits a lot from that one.
Yep. TPing from Shibby, he's invis as well, but this is daytime, is not really any good targets for him. Joik is low, actually. No, man, take that back. There is a good target. And with the Observer behind the tower, he does get good vision of this, and he's going to go running in for this. Goodbye, Joik. Shibby with a freebie. And that's going to be a nice little kickstart for him, especially when it's daytime and you're finding these pickoffs.
Yep, good grab right there. And for bottom, while they've had their free time to farm, the tier 2 was dropped, and now they have potential eyes here on your boy JC. Arrow going to go right behind, and now he's like, I got to get the hell out of here. A charge was a-coming. That would have been a guaranteed
It's still
kill.
a-coming.
Uh-oh. Jenkins says, we're not done yet here.
Choo-choo.
Charges forward, gets the bash, the kinetic 2 bashes straight. Your boy JC might be in trouble there. Sunken, glimpses back, but it doesn't matter. Now moving forward, Yawar trying to get a hold of Sunken after they've already taken down both Spirit Breaker, and they live.
They don't get the Ogre. They lose 2, and
wow.
It's a bloody disaster.
Who was glimpsed back? It just happened so dang quick. I didn't even notice. Or didn't even the glimpse even go through? I don't know.
I think it was the Spirit Breaker ended up dying anyways.
Yeah. Dead body glimpse.
Pop that Night Stalker ultimate during the day, just cut down on that daytime, and it looks like they just want to pressure the mid-tier 1 tower there. Bit of an interesting choice. It's going to be a Blink Stun, catches both with the Storm Zip to fall. They want Chibi. Unfortunately, Shredder has the reincarnation, so they can't go on him, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill on the Night Stalker easy, and they may kill Shredder. Can they kill him twice? Probably not. But a level 1 reincarnation is a pretty big cooldown, so
Going
worth
for the
kill.
fattest one there. None of these targets are really easy to bring down. He thinks about making a go, but he has to step back. But here comes Trout, spinning and winning, trying to rip apart Shredder, and he gets it. Trout with a killing spree right now after a rough first blood start in the bottom lane. He ain't done yet. Charge is on through. Very low life sunken. They are going to take out the ward that was chasing him. Fortunately, a ward can't shoot out any damage, but still.
It was a
sunken.
scouting ward.
Yeah.
It actually was a scouting ward too, is the funny thing. He used it to give himself some vision ahead to see which way the Disruptor juked. And
He had an Omni Slash too. I bet he was bottling on up.
Yeah.
Like, give me the vision ward. I'm going to chop him home. But can't get it there. Man, oh man. But Root Gaming, man, still looking good. They take down the big bad Wraith King with that. They still
Yeah.
might want more here.
Top lane, Centaur's gone. Well, just for some casual harass, Hoof Stomp, Double Edge. Try just harass Jenkins out of this lane as much as possible. The real target they want is Shredder, the carry Wraith King, who does not have reincarnation.
And he just came back, and he just goes down again. Trout picks up another good kill right there. Dominating streak for him. And Shredder, who once had a wealth of farm, is now brought right back down to 2k gold.
Is this a Radiance Rush? Like, he had 2.6k gold, didn't buy the Midas, didn't buy the Blink. Is this normally just straight Radiance?
Yes, it is. But this is normally not the game plan, Gods. Normally, he gets the space, and when he goes for an engagement, he knows he's not going to be taken down. And now, back-to-back drops, he is put off the mark from getting his normal Radiance timing. And they also take down that tier 1 bottom lane. So, no quick rotations there for Leviathan to try to help out. Charge coming out right now, and Yawar, who's heading towards the bottom rune, but Jenkins will have to pull it off.
Yeah, Sunken runs past the Yoga Magi. They just high-five each other.
Truths. Supports, we don't attack each other.
Save it for the carries. Those douchebags.
Top lane, Shivy, under nighttime. He's got that Invis rune, and he is on the hunt. Sumail's the closest target. He's a big, beefy boy. Oh, Shivy might have the answer.
Yes,
Oh, nice TP you got there. Now shows up, comes around the corner. Oh, nice stump.
Even.
They might turn it on him. They use that Stampede. Blink forward. He's kind of dancing in front of him a bit. And there we go.
Yeah.
Ball lightning forward. And
That's worth it. Even at 4 TPs, like, end of the day, you're shutting down Night Stalker, who's the big tempo controller. He's the guy creating space for Wraith King. You want to punish him. You want to make sure he's not getting kills, not getting away free from that one. Top lane, they're not down to charge in.
Jenkins is like, I gotta get him. Gets it. Revenge for my fallen comrade. And now he's got to run.
Yeah, he's got to hide too. Sentry Ward is there to reveal the Moonlight Shadow. Flows from the Storm. Multicast from the Yoga.
Jenkins.
They got it all.
Jenkins.
So, this Night Stalker pick not working out at all. An arrow will land on Joik, but even during the nighttime, like, that's when Night Stalker's meant to really shine, but he's died two times. Both his deaths have been being initiated on during night.
Yep. He's gone down twice. Wraith King has
Nighttime
gone down twice now.
It's not invincibility.
A bit of a rough time right now for Leviathan as the transition into mid-game slowly develops here. It looks like Leviathan would love to finish off this mid-tier 1 tower if at all possible, down to half-life. Instead, maybe they'll go for a smoke play. Step off, and we'll have to see what the game plan is. There's no one bottom lane for them to go on, so maybe they waited about. They're already pinging out mid lane here. Joy could be in trouble. Here comes a charge. Poor little Vengeful Spirit. We'll see if she's able to withstand this one.
Storm TP top, so he can't
How
actually
you
get
doing?
here.
Boom! Slam! Arrow and everything.
Well, that's a lot for just a support fan. Centaur and Storm are just camping at top lane, hoping for someone to rotate up there that they could find a pick off on, but didn't really come their way. Storm does get a DD rune, though, so some kill potential there. I'm curious, Sumail. He's picked up a Gloves of Haste. Knowing this young play, he's probably just going for Midas. He's like, let's do something.
That core farming style that you see
Yeah.
on like Black when he loves to play a Centaur, man.
I don't think it's the right item choice, but hey, the guy's going to do it. Who might have questioned him?
It's gonna be a maelstrom.
I don't mind. Mjolnir Centaur, that's a build. Maybe not like a right away build, but later on, it's a pretty good item.
We'll see. I'm so curious
But,
as well.
yeah, I feel like the Force Staffs, the pipes, the BKB type items are your more stable options. But hey, If this game's going to drag out, which I think Root late game, if you have a Midas Centaur, he's a true core hero. Juggernaut's armed. He's gone for the Boots of Travel Rush, Trouf, and he's also about to hit level 11. So Trouf is looking pretty big and beefy himself with the 5 kills.
Okay. Oh, we'll spin to avoid that void that was coming out there from Shibby.
All right.
All right, so a little bit of trade right there, and there's your Midas, so it's confirmed.
Level 11.
He's a greedy boy.
You're ahead. This will just help keep you ahead as far as farm goes, unless Leviathans string together a kind of succession of teamfight victories as well as like pickoffs and kills, which I just don't really see happening when they're up against these Root heroes who don't really need fighting items. They fight around their spells and their levels. Having a level 2 Omni Slash, having a Storm, I guess, with an Orchid who hasn't gone for a Midas, and he's getting charged mid lane. Don't think this one's going to go through. Yeah, it's already been cancelled by Jenkins.
Jenkins, man, he just wants to keep on fighting any chance he gets. Heaven forbid anyone comes into the lane by themselves. That's the downside is that Root Gaming could use that to their advantage and maybe bait him into an engagement. Just kind of put that worm out in the middle of the lane.
The slow pace has worked for Leviathans as Shredder's picked up his relic, so they just needed this space, but is it going to be enough?
We'll find out. Uh-oh. Mid lane here, your boy JC gets caught in the kinetic field. There's your charge from Jenkins. Nighttime going to be dropped, and he is just manhandled and bashed all over the place. Your Ogre going to drop right there, and as Sumail makes his appearance, he goes right into an arrow, and he's going to be forced to step back. So they lose their support Ogre. Leviathan, though, not done yet. They're going for Joik. Vengeful Spirit, way out past her leash, is also going to be brought down. A double kill for Shibby on his Night Stalker. Good turnaround right there for Leviathan.
Nice easy pickup on the Ogre, and then Root just kind of came in from all directions, split up, and you can't do that when you're up against this good single target pickoff lineup. The Spirit Breaker, the Moran Arrows, Wraith Fire Blast, like that's easy. Just stick together, take the one hero who's coming in by themselves, in that case Joikin. It's one kill, what should just been one kill in an Ogre turns into 2, and also a lot of wasted TPs from the Root Gaming side.
Trouf, after picking up that Boots of Travel, he's got 1,700 gold here.
He's big. This guy's been farming. He's been getting kills. He's offering a lot as an offlane jungler. I'm being pleasantly surprised by his impact.
But they are actually going to be going on bottom instead. Or at least Jenkins is. Here he goes. Jawar, though, with mana bottled up here. No, they're going to pull back. They're looking to cut him off, though. It's going to be Sumail. Pulls out Stampede, jumps forward. He's going to whiff the hoof stomp, unfortunately. They spread very nicely, and moving on in, Jawar trying to isolate right now onto Jenkins. Jenkins could be brought down and will be. Oh, no, I say that, and he charges on home. See you later. Uh-oh. Oh, wave right behind him. VS tried to get him on the way out, and now they move forward onto Shredder. Arrow's going to be there. They take down King's first life, and oh, hello, how you doing? There's a big crit. 450 to the face. Storm Spirit will go down. Trouf, though, finds a kill of his own, and here comes Jenkins back from before. And Sumail going to be Nether Strike. Swap back, he lives. No, the ward.
You gotta kill that healing ward. You
It's
can't
just one
let
attack.
it do work.
Oh, Shibby now going to be caught out, and he's going to be brought down here. Root Gaming get the best of this one, making it a 3-4-1.
Yep, that healing ward. It's really well microed by Trouf, and just good fighting around it as well. Wraith King does survive in the end, which is, I guess, the one kind of saving grace for Leviathans in that fight, but that was still a train wreck if I've ever seen one.
All right, so here's Trouf's next item. It's going to be a Blink Dagger.
This guy, he's going for the plays. The Boots of Travel Rush, he's going to go back for a drums. He's going pure utility mode. He's not worried about any carrying himself, which is, I don't know. Centaur's not carrying. Storm is doing okay, but he's still not got his Orchid. He's going to have a 20-minute Orchid. Yua's Storm has been pretty quiet this game.
Blink Jug, though. I'm excited.
You're against a Radiant, so like you've got the item to counter it.
I guess he's using it for initiation purposes, or maybe the quick catch Omni Slash plays. We'll see. Always fun here on the NA Dota side. Root Gaming, though, plant themselves once again towards this mid lane where their tower has continued to take a little bit of punishment here, and Leviathan really love to continue to take at least some objectives here. Now that Wraith King, even though it was a fight that didn't really go their way, he does have his Radiance now on hand. He'll continue to farm it on up.
Straight up. Yeah, I'm surprised he's not even going, like, has he always just run the Radiance for us? Like, no Midas or anything else? Just straight Radiance, or?
Only straight Radiance.
Okay.
No even Midas.
All right.
Midases are for peasants, not for Shredder the King.
Vanguard for your Centaur. It looks like he's going to be going some kind of Crimson Guard type approach.
Crimson God. I think it was buffed too. I think the effect lasts like a second or two longer, which is pretty neat.
I'll take your word for
Fun
it.
little extra fact. I'm not too sure how it works, but you know, now with that also block damage and blink, you know, the block attack damage, maybe he'll be able to blink away in a narrow opportunity. You never know, so we'll see. DD though, spawning here on the bottom lane. Sumail will scout it on out.
First Orchid gank of the game, and then Storm onto the Spirit Breaker, and we'll get the kill. Try to TP out, but not tanky enough.
You are trying to show that he's got a little bit of that Sumail flare as well. I like that. Top lane getting that quick solo grab. Certainly works out.
Did
A
you
D
just solo
ward.
smoke? What's the plan there?
Just blazing it up, buddy. Sometimes you got to reward
I mean,
yourself.
there was a gank coming his way, but
And it's still coming. Shibby. Oh, man, he moves so quick. Moves on through. Stampede. Oh, sidestep. And the double pump fake helps him avoid the arrow. And all the meanwhile, Centaur was on the hunt.
I don't even know if that was
Sunken.
I don't even know if the Stampede was to save Yawar, but it sure as hell did. It looked like from me watching that, it was like, great, good Stampede to save him. Like, wait, he used it to get a kill, actually.
Convenient, coincidental timing, I guess.
Yeah.
That works out for them.
Probably some element of helping out his team, but maybe you had the Disruptor without it, and it was
They get
to
a
save.
they get a kill top, they get a kill mid, and they get Roche. I don't
Yep.
think you can ask for much more here. Root Gaming looking pretty damn good here. They're trying to go for a shutout here against Leviathan, a team that's been running with 2-3 stand-ins every game. Put up some real strong Dota performances here. And they're going to 2-0 Leviathan if Leviathan aren't careful with their comeback play.
Nice thing, Sand. They're just completely losing out on map control. Haven't really got good fighting capabilities here. Even like fighting around some of these ultimates, like the Reincarnation Static Storm, just doesn't seem to be enough. Storm Spirit's finding pickoff somewhere. The Centaur's nice and tanky and just gets solo kills. And Root Gaming just seem to have plenty of options as far as taking on this Leviathan side.
Mid lane, it's been a long journey to try to take this tower down. It looks like it might be that much longer. They walk away after a glyph, and they're actually charging towards the top lane. They want to get a hold of Troutfield. Trout going to be glimpsed all the way back, further from Jenkins, and
Same word.
that kind of helps him. Oh, he does need an arrow to the face
blade here.
and a stun. And, that's going to be the Aegis.
And
Popped right
complete
there.
whiff from Sumail. Gets the blink in, gets nothing. They do get disrupt on the sidelines. They want the Night Stalker as well. Shibby trying to get out of here. A long zip from Yawar, and he's got a regen rune even in his pocket, so he should pop that, look for some more, and it looks like Shredder. He's just trying to farm the creep wave
done.
here. He
He's
knows
done.
he's done. Arrow hits your boy, but
Oh boy, oh
your
boy.
boy's going to be just fine.
Leviathan. Maybe a bit on tilt here or something.
Yeah.
Root Gaming looked pretty dang good, but overall, I mean, it's pretty obvious both teams can be a bit sloppy here and there with these missed hoof stomp setups and that glimpse back right there, but boy, oh boy, mid lane, it doesn't stop you.
Still
War
got
now
the regen.
moving on, gonna go for Jenkins and gets it. Trout, though, is the one that gets the last slash in. A monster streak there for him, and Root Gaming, their dominance continues here. They clean out mid lane, go for this tier 1 tower. It's looking pretty dang good for the Root boys.
Fighting over the tower last hit. All 4 heroes spamming those animation cancels, and will be the Storm getting the last hit. He's got 1,500 gold. He hasn't picked up anything on top of that. They just want to go blinking in, it feels like here, just taking any fight they can, but they will be slowed down for the time being. Reincarnation still on cooldown for 100 seconds, and there's just no way you're one of fighting if you're Leviathans and you don't have Reincarnation. They are charging forward with the Night Stalker. Get a glimpse back. Storm is the target, and he's actually got no backup. Nice swap there. That's going to save his life. He's still silenced. Needs a tip. He won't get it. Vengeful Spirit maybe going to pay the price as well as Nushim blinks in. And Joik will be the
They're
second.
not done
casualty.
yet. Poor little ogre here going to get charged about. Oh, that's a cute TP you got there, boy, but you're not going anywhere. Triple kill for Shibby's Night Stalker. All right, all right.
Game on.
Game on. Leviathan grab a couple of kills themselves. Try to get things a lot closer here. It's a 11-18 in this rugged matchup. Net worth still well in favor of Root Gaming, about 10K, but that should be able to rise back towards Leviathan's favor just a little bit. But there's your Blink
Centaur
Dagger.
with a Yule Scepter.
We've really seen it all.
I mean, all these item choices for Root are kind of perplexing.
Makes me feel like they're feeling pretty confident in
Yeah.
this match, and they're just like, yeah, we got this. Let's go ahead and just kind of go outside the box with some of these items.
the Blink Jug, the Yule Centaur. It's
Can't miss a
like-
hoof stomp if you get a Yules to lead it in, though.
He's
guys.
missed a lot of hoof stomps.
So the Yules kind of secures a hoof stomp there, so that's not too bad. Blink in Yules, and then you'll definitely get it, right?
And
I hope so.
There's no blink heroes who, like, Yules is a nice counter to some of these heroes who just blink out when you go ganking them, but yeah, I guess he's like, I keep missing hoof stomps, I want the setup.
They see maybe a charging Spirit Breaker, they just throw him up in the air. Nice try there, Jenkins, because he's a ways out from getting anything like a BKB on your Spirit Breaker.
Trout is going to Lincoln's now. Again, peculiar item choice.
No one on this team really committed for damage. That's for certain.
that's the big worry.
Where's the damage?
Your Storm's your closest thing to that.
What happens if Leviathan get another big fight, and all the meanwhile your Shredder Wraith King had been farming up his damage. He's actually not farming with Radiance on right now, which is a bit funny. Oh, he's actually pumping it out to make sure he gets those last hits. But yeah, he could be the one that brings together really the big right click, and it could catch Root Gaming by surprise if they're going these funky item builds. We'll have to see.
I'm with you. I think if they lose another fight like they just kind of did, I think we're back to a very even game because Root's itemization is pretty questionable.
It's fun, don't get me wrong, but
yeah, it's something different. And like I'm normally like, okay, new items, like this is kind of cool. Like the Juggernaut Boots of Travel Rush, I like it. It's not conventional. The Blink Dagger I feel is a bit over the top as far as mobility goes. And then Lincoln's again another very defensive item when your team lacks damage. Centaur's going for this Yules into Crimson Guard. They'll be tanky, hard to kill. But they're putting a lot of kind of focus on this Storm who's going to have to really pull his weight this game, it feels like.
Yeah. We'll see if they'll get that opportunity. It's fun to go off the beaten path, but if you go too far with your items, you can get lost. So we'll see. Root Gaming here feeling very confident, it shows. In this matchup here, Leviathan, though, a team that can be cool, calm, and collect at times like this. Looking to make a bounce-back kind of a play right here. Just when you're able to take them all down, it's Shibby who'll manage to bounce back with a good 2 or 3 kills. He's 6-4 right now on his Night Stalker with an Agnum Scepter. BKB that's got 9 full seconds. We'll see what he can make work with it. That darkness now, it's almost about to be level 3, and that's what I'm talking about, that there's not going to be much daylight. I don't know how the players have decided to use the darkness as its most effective manner, but jumping in top lane, Joy could be in big trouble, will be in big trouble, and Jenkins with a fabulous charging KS gets it done.
Storm one of the, I'd say, slightly better heroes at the nighttime just because he can use Remnants to scout. He's got the quick escape, although we've seen at times Night Stalker gets the silence before the ball lightning happens. But I think in general, if you can use the Remnants well, you can kind of make up for the lack of vision during nighttime. And same with the Wave of Terror. So they have got some good scouting capabilities, but by no means a short-fire thing as far as escaping goes.
Sunken TP's in, was hoping to get a quick blink glimpse, but Trouf is already gone. He even Blade Fury'd for that TP just to be safe, so props to him. Quick rotation, quick reactions from both sides to try to make the best out of it, and you can tell that Leviathan are very hungry for any sort of pick-off attempt that they can start to build up some momentum behind and really charge on forward. We'll see if they're going to get that opportunity, though.
You are getting closer and closer to what looks to be a Bloodstone with the Soul Ring pickup, and Trouf, he's got his complete Lincoln Sphere, so he can put that on himself, his teammates, especially against the Night Stalker. Silence is pretty nice, but a lot of spells to break it as well. Long-range charges can be blocked, but again, sometimes you may just want to throw a charge to break the Lincoln so you can get a silence off quickly to follow. Prevent something like an Omnislash from happening.
Probably could just throw it on the Storm Spirit and allow him to really just go in and go crazy. No glimpse is really going to stop him, and we'll see if that's going to be the case.
If you're 5-manning, it's a good idea to do so. Which it seems to be the next plan. Let's take some objectives. We'll maybe not focus on defending our tier 2 bottom because we're taking your tier 2 top, and you're on the dire side. So Root, even after they give up their tier 2 bottom, they still have pretty good control around the road actually.
Here we go. Looks like it's going to be Root Gaming to be able to finish off the tower first. And we'll see if they'll go for a quick rotation. Doesn't seem to be the case. They're just going to keep on moving. And Leviathan, same thing. It's a bit of a small base race here.
Bit of a game of like gay chicken here. Who's going to go back first? Who's going to give up first and defend? It looks like no one is.
Jenkins is.
They're going in.
He's taking the express route. He's charging on towards his home. And I imagine once he gets there, he's going to have some backup along the way
as well.
He stopped. Stopped the charge mid lane. And now, tier 3 dropping here in the Root base. They're the ones that are going to be stepping back and moving on forward here. Trout jumps in. Now spinning it about right here. Shredder going to get locked in place with that stun. Could see his first life go down. And the arrow that has catch Yawar in big trouble. Silenced up will go down. Big static storm going to be dropped right in the middle. But a good swap save right there from Joik will help Trout out. Joik not going to be able to get away from this one. But here comes Yawar back from the dead. Buys back. Moves on forward. Trying to get Shibby here. But he gets caught. Stunned in his place. Moves forward. Takes out the Mirana. Double kill right now for Yawar. Very low on life and pretty much all resources. But hey, Root Gaming, they have to dip into their buyback bank, but they're able to save a bit of their base. They do lose their tier 3s, and hey, the racks are actually taking a bit of damage, but they do get the top damage as well. A little more damage in favor of Root Gaming, but what a tussle.
The melee racks will heal back up, so range racks, permanent damage, but looks like arrows being drawn by Sumail, like, let's go round 2. Let's take top lane. He's pinging it. He knows that melee Rex is low, but ultimate's on cooldown for some of these heroes, especially Trout on the Juggernaut. He does have the maxed out Omni Slash. Yeah. We'll see what the plan's going. I think you take Roshan if you're in Root's position.
Yeah, as he pings out, your boy JC's like, listen, there's a Roshan. Let's just take it easy right now. We can go into another skirmish with the extra life and make it happen. But look at this. Leviathan know it's happening. They already have the charge out onto Sumail. And here we go. Jenkins will pull back. We'll see here. Yawar has also the remnants down.
Wraith King's so far away. He's the guy you want leading the charge. Not to mention he's got level 2 ulti, so he still doesn't have reincarnation. It's not that level 3 value, and Aegis for your Storm.
There it is. Arrow is actually going to hit Sumail right there.
Chase
Root Gaming are not going to do any chase whatsoever.
Stampede. I don't know if they've checked the levels, but if they check and see Shredder's level 15, they're probably like, wait, we can actually fight this. He's got no reincarnation. That's must hit level 16 ASAP if you're Shredder, and don't die before then because you want that. Make sure you have your reincarnation level 3 when you next die, when you next use it, I guess.
He has that Hyperstone. Not too sure if that's going to be the early reliable Hyperstone for Mjolnir, or if he's actually going to be going to AC this game. I don't know how much you put in value for armor over just straight up raw damage.
AC probably scales better towards that 6-slottedness, but Mjolnir maybe a little bit better for like your own personal fighting. We'll see. Casual blink, Thunderstrike coming in mid lane.
What is he doing? Fun little glimpse, but not going to be doing anything with that. Maybe was hoping to get a glimpse arrow setup from Nushem right there, but there's already plenty of Root Squad right there. And it's their game right now, as they have the Aegis. They put themselves in this pickle. They itemized very interestingly this game, but now they have Aegis, feeling confident after sweeping through mid lane. They'll head towards the bottom. That tier 2 has just got 300 hit points left before they can simply bring it down, and we'll see what the next game plan is going to be for them. After taking down this tower, they could rotate elsewhere, where they've done most of their damage in that top lane. But for now, Leviathan considering a defense on this tower.
Yeah. Trout can always blink in, look for the last hit, just like Blade Fury right clicks if he wants to. Even has the blink to get in there, but he's going to go in. Oh, arrow. Trout does get the last hit there. Another. Oh, Hoofstop actually lands with the lead. Nushem. Okay, for the time being, Sumail actually is one going to be in a bit of trouble. He can use that self-fuels, can get rid of the silence with it, which is one nice little application, but with Shredder off to the side here with reincarnation, does not want to mess around though, and we'll just get the blink out.
Oof. Moonlight Shadow, and they step back. The tower, though, does go down. Root Gaming get what they want. They don't lose anyone, and now they pull back. I do got to say, a nice fun little interaction that we get to see this game, and what makes me kind of laugh that Trout decided to go a Linken's is pretty much Spirit Breaker is a global Linken's remover with that charge, so at any given time, you can just be like, oh, nice Linken's popped. Yeah. No problem, so.
I mean, I guess you don't have to be ever worried about a charge gank when you're solo farming a lane. You know you're not being charged if you've got your Linken's up there, so. It's not exactly worth spending 5k gold just for that reason, but it's something. Trout almost with a Manta style now as well, so.
Yeah, so now he's getting some damage. There we go.
Yeah, bit of damage. I mean, the illusions don't do as much to buildings anymore.
He's got good life, too. Near 1,800 life on the Jug.
I think this is more like tanky survivability with the Manta style even as well, but he gets those illusions coming to play in a fight here a lot here. Nushem will get picked off. That's a Storm Spirit kill who's got the Aegis, and now Bloodstone charges start racking up.
2 minutes on the clock right now for his Aegis before it expires, and Root Gaming, they want to make some plays here. Sunken could get caught behind. Immediate Static Storm just for a bit of defense, but ultimately he could get brought down. Oh, wow, what a multi. One Swift Club, and he's done for. Yawar, though, very, very low. He still has that Aegis.
This one's almost thrown away at this point. He'll get healed up, though, and even bottled up by Trout, so they're going to push high ground, and these Rexes have healed up, at least the melee one has, and Range Rex should be an easy pick-off here. That's buybacks, not really available for any of those 3 dead heroes. Mirana even short with 700 gold. This is going to be the easiest Rex of Root's life. They just got 3 pick-offs for nothing. Not even going to use the glyph, and I think they're probably right to not use the glyph, because even if they pop it, they weren't defending those lanes.
Oh, Leviathan, were they not anticipating them? Catches Yawar right there with an arrow on the rotation over. But, I don't know, they should have been anticipating that route with that Aegis. It's their call of when they want to get aggressive. You have to keep a good watch out. And not get left behind and picked off like we saw Sunken there. And now Root, even more control of this game. They clear out the first set of racks here. It's already match point for them.
They want to fight. They know Trout TP bottom, and they know that Root are kind of split up
They
here.
are charging, bloodthirsty for Sumail right here.
The
but-
Invis Rune of all things.
Yep. Fortunately, they don't have vision. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Moving in. They want to take down Shredder. His first life already so low, but yep. Static Storm going to be dropped right in the middle right there. Sumail gets charged on back, and it's a bit of disorientation right now as far as who to really go for. Shredder throws a stun on Joik and then continues to try to move back, but he can't get anywhere. He drops. He's out for a minute. Does have buyback, but Noir silenced up. Now with Lincoln's on, they're going to try to pursue here. Catch out Shibby. His Night Stalker now getting stun locked in place. And moving ahead. There's Trout putting in the work with that blink. Goes on in, gets an Omni Slash, and takes apart Mirana.
Beyond godlike. He's 10-1 right now. Trout has played a hell of a game, and, well, they're ready to go high ground now. Night Stalker does have buyback, but this is still going to be a tough look at Trout. Space created. Blade Fury. He's like, dude, Sumail's not the only one on this team who can make plays happen.
Jesus Christ.
What a clown. NA Dota at its
Space
finest.
created for our mid lane push.
Yeah. Just showing off, it feels like.
Looks like Leviathan might be throwing in the towel with no buyback coming up from Night Stalker. And I don't think they have enough to even make a big comeback down 2 racks. Looks like Leviathan, Starladder Road could end. And they're going right for the jugular here. The tier 4 is now in question. Shibby moves on in, back from the dead, and they just pounce on him immediately. The Batman, he's going to be made a joke.
Yeah. They're just styling on them. All these items and just plays is just like, look at us. We can just outplay you, and who cares what fun items we go for, because we can make things happen. And it's GG. Leviathans knocked out of the America Starladder Season 11.
Well, props to Leviathan. They definitely put on a good show, played lots of matches. They battled their way through the group stages, won through those tiebreakers, put on a hell of a show. And though they've had a long series and a long history going against Root Gaming, it's going to be Root Gaming this time who do come out on top. Yep. Impressive. And a 2-0 performance from them. Game number 1, Sumail on that Storm Spirit shows some incredibly flashy plays from the young player. And, well, in this game, it's Trouf and his very unorthodox item buildup that manages to just kind of style on Leviathan.
Yeah, I'd say a convincing win here, and considering they had such a close series against eHug earlier today, they lost 2-1, even though Infinity wasn't playing that Game 3. The Game 2, I'd say they would have won, even if Infinity had stayed, so definitely a team who could make a comeback through the lower bracket. They'll be versing the loser of Snar or Fire now, as well as eHug, which will be the first match tomorrow in the playoffs, so everything comes to a conclusion tomorrow. 3 series tomorrow, starting with the winner bracket final, then the loser bracket final, then the grand final. We'll see who's going to Kiev tomorrow from America.
I'm excited. I won't be here, but I'll be watching from home, rooting on my American brethren and seeing who is going to take it all the way to the Starladder land.
All right.
Baby, yeah.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today. You can follow myself as well as KOTLguy on Twitter. Show your support. Give us any feedback there. He's at KOTLguy on Twitter. I'm at BTSGods, and be sure to follow Beyond the Summit on Twitter. Give it a little follow button to the Twitch channel as well if you want to show your support. But for now, we're done. Starladder America playoffs come to a conclusion tomorrow. Be sure to tune in then. And that's it for today. See you all later.